your dad a couple weeks ago. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you were aware, of course. And he's terribly concerned about you.
I know it is.
Apparently, before he phoned me, he just had a long, rather harrowing letter from your last headmaster to the effect that you were making absolutely no effort at all. Cutting classes, coming unprepared to all your classes in general, being all around.
I didn't cut any classes. You weren't allowed to cut any. There were a couple of them that I didn't attend once in a while, like that oral expression I told you about. But I didn't cut any.
Frankly, I don't know what the hell to say to you, Holden.
I know that. I'm very hard to talk to. I realize that.
I have a feeling that you're writing for some trouble, terrible fall. But I don't honestly know what kind. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Maybe the kind where, at the age of 30, you sit down at some bar, hating everyone who comes in, looking as if he might have played football in college. Then again, you might have picked up just enough education to hate people who say it's a secret between he and I. Or you may end in some business office throwing paper clips in the nearest stenographer. I just don't know. But do you know what I'm driving at all?
Yeah, sure. But you're wrong about the hating business. I mean, hating football players and all. You really are. I don't hate too many guys. What I may do, I may hate them for a little while. Like this guy Stradlater that I know at Pinsey. And this other boy, Robert Ackley. I hated them once in a while, I admit it. But it doesn't last too long. After a while, if I didn't see them, if they didn't come in the room, or if I didn't see them for a couple of meals, I sort of miss them. I sort of miss them. Kind of hurt a little bit.
Alright, listen to me a minute now. I'm gonna word this as I'd like to, but I'll write you in this letter about it in a day or two. Then you can get it all straight. But listen now anyway. This fall, I'm thinking of you riding for it. It's a little special kind of fall. A horrible kind. This man's falling isn't permitted to feel or hear himself hit bottom. He just keeps falling and falling. The whole argument's designed for men who, at some point or another in their lives, were looking for something in their own environment couldn't supply them with, or they just thought their own environment couldn't supply them with, so they gave up looking. They gave it up before they ever really started. You following me?
Yes, sir.
Sure?
Yes, sir.
I don't want to scare you, but I can very clearly see you're dying nobly, one way or another, for some highly unworthy cause. If I write something down for you, will you read it carefully and keep it?
Yeah, sure.
Please. Oddly enough, this wasn't written by a practicing poet. It was written by a psychoanalyst named William Scatell. He's what he ate hour. You still with me?
Yeah, sure I am.
Here's what he said. The mark of the immature man is that he wants to die nobly for a cause, while the mark of the mature man is that he wants to live humbly for one.
Thank you.
I think that one of these days, you're going to have to find out what you want to do. And then, you've got to start going there. But immediately, you can't afford to lose a minute. Not you. And I hate to tell you, but I think once you have a fair idea where you want to go, your first move will be to apply yourself in school. You have to. You're a student. Whether you like it or not, you're in love with knowledge. And I think you'll find, once you've passed all the Mr. Vinzel's or whatever, and this oral comp,
Mr. Vincent.
whatever. Alright, Mr. Vinzen's. Once you get past all the Mr. Vinzen's, you'll start getting closer and closer. That is, if you want to. And if you look for it and wait for it to a kind of information that will be very, very dear to your heart. Among other things, you'll find that you're not the first person who was ever confused and frightened and even sickened by human behavior, you're by no means alone on this score. You'll be excited and stimulated to know many, many men have been just as troubled morally and spiritually as you are right now. Happily, some of them keep records of their troubles. You'll learn from them if you want to. Just as someday, if you have something to offer, someone will learn something from you. It's a beautiful reciprocal argument, and it is an education. I'm not trying to tell you that only educated and scholarly men are able to contribute something valuable to the world. It's not so. But I do say that educated and scholarly men, if they're brilliant and creative to begin with, which unfortunately is rarely to the cast tend to leave infinitely more valuable records behind them than men who do merely brilliant and creative. They tend to express themselves more clearly, and they usually have a passion for following their thoughts through the end. And most importantly, 9 times out of 10, they have more humility than the unscholarly thinker. Do you follow me at all? Something else, and I can make education do for you. If you go along with any considerable distance, it'll begin to give you an idea that what size mind you have, what'll fit, and maybe what it won't. After a while, you'll have an idea what kind of thoughts your particular size mind should be wearing. For one thing, it may save you an extraordinary amount of time trying on ideas that don't suit you, aren't becoming you. You begin to know your true measurements and dress your mind accordingly. Come on. I'll fix the couch up for you.